So this will be the Violin 1 practice video as soon as my cat calms down, because he's been really needy the past couple of days. Threw a tantrum yesterday because I've been gone so much this week. But I can discuss a little bit with you while I'm caring for him. This beginning, it's a lot like Libertango in that they've given you 1 beat of an up bow and then 5 beats of down bow and then 1 beat of up bow to recover. So what I would like you to do is actually start that up bow really low in the bow, really close to the frog. Okay, are you okay now? You gonna be on your printer? Start it really low in the bow so that by the time you spend 5 beats worth of bow, you'll actually still be at a usable place and not at the tip. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you're gonna be creeping up the bow, and it's kind of unavoidable. But remember what I talked about in the discussion video and in class last week about using a little bit of bow for soft notes and using more bow as you get louder. That's what we're going to be doing here. I mentioned it to do this at measure 4, at the pickups into 4. Hello. Sorry. So if you get pushed out towards the upper half, towards the tip of your bow, don't panic. Just, use a little more bow in this agitated section that's getting louder, because it'll be okay. As I kind of mentioned at the tail of the discussion video, I don't think I'm going to do the fermatos. I think for right now and for counting purposes, let's just ignore them. Carney will decide whether or not she wants to do them. For right now, we will do the retard that you see at the end of measure 6, but we're just gonna, boom, we're just gonna go into it. Yeah, so I recommend watching this video first and seeing how I'm using my bow, where I am in the bow, and paying attention to things like that so that you can do them when you try to play along with me, instead of just playing for notes and counting accuracy. Actually go the extra mile and look at what I'm doing and try to match where I am in the bow, how much bow I'm using, because that's what makes a good orchestra. If you go and look up videos, you're going to see all of the violins using the exact same amount of bow. They're all going to be in the same spot of the bow for everything that they do. So let's start building some good habits early on and following the bowings that are in the part, doing all the slurs, and following my example of where, like, bow placement, bow speed, things like that. So starting at the beginning, I'm just going to count us in. 1, 2, 3, rest, rest. 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2. Sorry about the E string squeak. It's a talent that I have that even after 18 years of playing this instrument, still, I am actually really great at getting my E string to squeak on up bows, down bows, string crossings. It's a really annoying thing that I can't seem to fix. I wanted to talk a little. I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the discussion video, but using your fourth finger, if possible. So at measure 8, or measure 9, you'll see a little 4 over the A. That's a fingering, so it really wants you to do. And then in 14 as well. And the reason that they're doing that is because each string on the violin has a specific sound color. Timbre is the fancy word for it. And especially open strings have a very distinct sound. And if we're in this beautiful, flowing, gorgeous melody and then I know sometimes you can't avoid it because right now you guys don't know any higher positions and you're not really comfortable with your fourth finger, but please try to use it there. And also, please, please, please use your fourth finger at measure 40 because the E string is the brightest, most annoying string on the violin, which is going to absolutely crash our beautiful dream that the cellos are, you know, they finally got the melody, and then you go. So, really trying to use your fourth finger there. And I know fourth fingers are hard, and you know, you feel like you really gotta stretch, and you don't know if it's in tune or not. Here's a trick. You know that your fourth finger on the D string is an A, right? Check it. Check it against your open A string. So if you're down here and you just don't know, you stretched as far as you could and you got here. that higher or lower. There we go. Same thing with that E at measure 40. Practicing that, getting it in tune, because I guess I'll settle for open strings if you can't get your fourth finger in tune, because playing out of tune is going to be a greater sin than playing an in tune open string. But really, I'd like you to get using your fourth fingers, because you have to use them in this piece. At measure 68, B on the E string is your fourth finger, all the way up there, just where A and E have been. That's B. So you got to get your fourth finger up there somehow for that note. You got to make it strong, and the only way to strengthen your pinky is to use it. And the only way to get better at playing it in tune is to use it. So that's really all we need to talk about. I don't have a recording of this one to play along with, but let me see if I could find something, or maybe Carney can put it on Evo or Evie or whatever the heck whatever place that she's posting these videos. Hopefully she can post the recording for you guys, because if you type this into YouTube, you're gonna find the whole song, the whole piece that is Jupiter, and this is actually only a little bit. This is only a part of it. It's the slow part. You're gonna play Jupiter, and it's gonna start with something crazy. You're gonna say, that's not the piece we're playing, and it actually is. You're just playing the slow part of it that's somewhere in the middle. So I'm sure she has a recording of this exact arrangement for you guys that you can use to practice along with, because you don't need a slowed down version. You got it. So practice hard, and I will see you guys next week.